Well, good evening, everybody. Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome to Adrenaline Racing League's round 2 of the very first and inaugural season for our brand new league. Welcome to old friends and new joining us. We have some great drivers out there ready to put on a show for you tonight. Principally among them, of course, we've got Sparks here. Sparks, who absolutely dominated much of last week's racing, and on other channels as well. He's absolutely the boss right now. My name is Webbo, for those who haven't heard me before, and you can find me on Twitter at WebboRed5, where you'll see various streams that I produce during the week. But feel most welcome to our broadcast tonight. Apparently we are expecting to have a wet race, so it's looking dry for qualifying, and Sparks is just about to start his first lap, and I'll take you through some of the details of the league when we have a quiet moment, if we have a quiet moment. But Sparks has started his first lap here, down beautifully into the apex, turn 1, picking tricky braking point there on the start finish straight. Likewise down here, lots of things to distract the eye on this tight, narrow street circuit, where much of the circuit looks like the rest of it. It's easy to get lost. I know it sounds funny, but it is easy to lose your way and just switch off slightly and miss a braking point and end up in the wall, of course, which is even the real life F1 drivers do exactly that. We're progressing through the lap smoothly and securely. The track will be not at its best, so the drivers on this run, at least, looking to put in a safe banker lap, and through one of the most treacherous parts of the circuit, through the castle section there, particularly the turn 9, 10, 11 complex. And now we get to stretch our legs a little bit. Still tricky to find our braking points, but just about now. Sparks launches the car across, takes a huge amount of apex into turn 15. We've just got the major braking point of 16 to go. Completely missed the apex, oversped through there, but it shouldn't affect his the safety of this banker lap. He's managed to keep things within track limits. He obviously knows his way around because he's cut a lot of apexes severely. But Sparks then, to set our first time, about to cross the line. I think we've got Branch doing the same. So Sparks on a 39.4, Branch on a 40.0. Your very first times, and we've got I think we've got both Red Bulls out there right now. Carrera just I think he's just starting his lap. Don't think he's that slow, is he? I think this first banker, he might actually be that slow, unfortunately. So 40.6 for Carrera. I do mention this at other times, but the drivers very much rely on people like Carrera, people like Astube and Senna to run the league, and Carrera manages just about all of this on his own at the moment. So ask not what your league can do for you, ask instead what you can do for your league. Renz gets up there into a 40.3. Branch now down to 4th after faster laps have gone in from Frypepper and Ashtube, and then still out there we've got on medium tyres, we've got Gogs going for a relatively safe run. 15 drivers tonight for the second race in our new league. Is not shabby at all. Gogs goes faster than Dan Richardson, but only faster than Dan Richardson so far on this early lap. Rentz's medium run looking pretty good on a 40.3, and Richardson I've not commented on before, and certainly new to me. Not new to me though is Wong Fei, who's coming through the final braking point of the lap, that turn 16, just after the second sector, and then it's a bit of a long sprint to the line, and we'll see where he comes. Wow, big oversteer moment through the end of the lap. Will hugely affect his top speed coming down the main straight here, and the VMAX will be very much compromised, but still a good idea to put a safe lap in. And wow, I mean, with that massive moment through turn 18 and 19, he still gets third place on a 39.8. That puts his lap into context. He's got some speed tonight. I look forward to seeing what he's got on the track. Now, Lightning, according to the tower, appears to be going on a fast lap, but he's obviously cruising at the moment. Maybe he's gone for a charge lap or just invalidated early. Well, he didn't invalidate, so I'm not quite sure on this lap from Lightning, because he's not troubling HBS in front of him. Ooh, shaving the wall, very close to being I am stupid there, Lightning, in qualifying. I do feel low. His sector time, I'm sure, isn't 6 minutes, but neither is it a fast lap either right now. The other driver's just heading back to the pits. It's a very long, punishing lap, so I don't think our drivers are likely to do double stacked laps unless they invalidate on the first 2 or 3 corners. Does seem a little bit of a reach, but currently P10 for Lightning around this dangerous and super fast street circuit of Azerbaijan. Lightning begins his lap very soon, and very quickly after beginning a lap, he's slamming on the brakes. So down we go through the gears. 4th gear, managed to get through turn 1 safely, leaving it super late, maybe 45 meters for the breaking point of turn 2. That's a lot braver than I can be into those corners. And Lightning then big, trying to extend the track to as much as possible to get the minimum steering and input through, and therefore maximum apex speed. Doing well so far on this lap. There's a slight worry, slight distraction ahead of him, and I think Carrera's just drifting across the track. Lightning had to go on faith that Carrera would see him and get out of the way, which was very trusting. Worked out okay, but he did tap the wall on the exit. No harm at the moment, but I think he might have bailed this lap. Yeah, I think he's decided that it's too slow, and this one won't be one for worth registering a lap here. HBS then in the Mercedes, away nicely. So far so good for the first bunker lap. Across the line, but this lap won't be very special. A 45.4 for HBS, so if someone crashes out, he won't be starting at the back, and that's about pretty much all we can say about that particular lap. After the first round, where we had a slightly complicated issue with a new glitch for me, which was the safety car glitch, we ended up giving half points for both sections of a split race around Austria. Ooh, Formula Com having some issues, slamming into the wall. I imagine that's quite a big bit of front wing gone, but not quite perfect. But anyway, Sparks did the best out of that weekend last week, and it leads the championship from Carrera and Wangfi. Speedaholic, HBS and Amirul making out your top 6. But it's very, very early days in this championship. Of course, right now we've got 7.5 plus a few seconds minutes left to go at this session. Sparks and Fry Pepper, blue cars but not teammates, at the front of the grid, followed by Renz, Wangfi, Ashtube Branch and Carrera Fan we ride with right now, who has his teammate in the way a little bit. Ricey tells me it will start dry. Ricey, are you racing with us tonight? I don't recognise your name connected to a gamer tag, so do let me know but thank you for the weather forecast. Super helpful. I'll try and let you know what's going on in the chat at the same time as well. Purple middle sector, purple final sector for Carrera, who gets a 1:39.8. Closing in then on the front row, but a little journey yet to go. He's still got 4 tenths to find out of that one. We'll go up and see what Fry Pepper is up to. Usually got amazing speed, and here he is, 9 tenths faster than he's been before through sector 2. Well, this one could be a big leap forward. Little bit of track evolution, but not as much as you might imagine. 15 runners. We go across the line, and it's a whole second faster than he's been before. The only driver into the 38s and well into the 38s with a 1:38.495. Beautiful, beautiful first lap there, second lap there from Fry. Branch, unfortunately, in the Haas is on an invalidation. Might be on the way into the pits. I don't know if it was an invalidation sufficient to cause some damage, or he'll go on through and run this one as a double lap. No, this one looks to be coming in the pits. So how about Carrera right now? I think this is an in-lap. He's 9 seconds over. So we'll look at his teammate Ashtube, who's 7 tenths faster. This could see him potentially even on the front row as things stand. So we'll ride with Ashtube as he finishes this lap out. Speedaholic is asking for an invite. So please, could somebody who is in the pits right now send out an invite to Speedaholic? That'd be cool. Ashtube goes on that front row. Beautiful lap, a 39.2, but such a big gap to the pole potentially of Fry Pepper. He's really on it tonight. Lightning's out there on medium tyres. Looks like another slow lap. Might be trying to find a gap in traffic, but he's the only one actually registered as not on an outlap. And I do expect a little bit more from Lightning than we've had so far. He's going to try and do this on mediums for the second time round. Maybe trying to save soft tyres for the race. So Carrera says both Red Bulls are on race setups, all part of the plan. So are we talking about, when we say race setups, are we talking about race setups, or are we talking about wet race setups? That's what I want to know, because Ashtube up there on a 39.2, 6 tenths away from provisional pole right now. Great place to start if you've got a wet setup on, but maybe not ideal for the first part of the race. Lightning then will start his lap. Beetle's going to get right in front of him and completely screw up this lap for him. And Lightning had really worked on this one. He's not going to be happy at all with that mess up from Beetle on the way out the pits. He didn't need to cost him. Does Lightning decide though to keep running because he needs a banker, or does he in fact come on into the pits shortly? We'll go up to someone who's likely to be going a little bit quicker on better tyres. Let's ride with Formula.com and see if he's got anything better out of the car right now. We know Ashtube is on his way into the pits right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's slowing for the pits. I think he is. So a purple first sector for Formula.com. Very handy indeed. A little bit of oversteer on the way out of turn 7, and gets a good narrow and tight line through 8, but I'm not sure this is looking great, and yeah, and immediately invalidates, unfortunately, for Formula.com. So that's not going to set the world alight. Lightning's on a 5-second faster time, so potentially what he lost from the outlapping Beetle, he maybe gained back from a slipstream down the straight. But heading out to the line now then, and this one should be a lot quicker than he's been before, up to P5. So on medium tyres, that's actually pretty good, and he rescued that one after being severely hampered by Beetle. So congratulations to Lightning for that lap, fastest medium lap we've seen. And unfortunately Renz has invalidated this one. We'll try and catch Sparks as soon as possible. I'll keep an eye on his lap because he's the one so far most likely to take that pole off Fry. Maybe Fry's gone for a dry setup and maybe relying on a slightly less than perfect or less than accurate weather forecast from Jeff. Gogs is doing well though. It's 3/4 of a second improvement on his previous time. He needs quite a big improvement to head on up the field, and way too much apex grabbed out of that one. That's not going to do us any good at all. HBS is out of the session, and Dan Richardson has crashed out as well. I don't know if they're together. No, I think Dan Richardson might be further on down the lap. We can see debris being kicked out all over the place as people run over it. Just got hold of HBS's camera at the exact time that it went wrong, horribly wrong for him. I don't think we'll see Dan Richardson's car anywhere on track, but hopefully that hasn't affected. I think Fry's out there, in fact, able to put in his lap. We'll see his first sector time just any moment. Fry, he's over his time at the moment, so let's see what Sparks is up to in his first sector. He's got a handy opportunity here. It looks like Dan Richardson did collide with someone, presumably HBS. He said he slowed to let him by, but it was a silly place to slow down by his own admission. Unfortunately, that seems to have led to the contact. So Dan Richardson and HBS will be starting next to each other on the grid. Sparks is 3/10 up on his time. Let's see if we can find Fry Pepper. Fry Pepper's actually going faster on this lap than he's been before, and he's already got a big window on the rest of the field. So we'll watch him cross the line and see if he can lower the bar even further. Sparks has crashed out, so Sparks won't go any faster. Sparks, this lap, no more for him. Pushing hard, it looks like in the castle section. Cheeky toe from Fry Pepper, and he smashes into the Aston Martin and gets a faster pole position time, but that was a very cheeky toe and has actually cost the Aston Martin potentially, although I think it was Formula Com, was it? So thankfully Formula Com, that hasn't destroyed his lap. He'd already finished, but wow, if he escapes a penalty for that one, I think he can count himself pretty lucky, because that was questionable. Potentially Formula Com going a lot slower than he was expecting. Now Ashtube is 2/10 of a second faster. This is a bid to get onto the front row, but Branch has got that position right now. 38.8 for Branch. 2/10 won't cut it. Ashtube's going to need to catch another 2/10 to get back up onto the front row. Here he goes. Not quite. A better improvement from Ashtube, but he doesn't manage to make it work. So it will be Fry Pepper from Branch. Right at the death of the session, Branch got a beautiful lap in, and I'm terribly sorry I wasn't watching. Waitsy's here. Hey, good to see you, Waitsy. Waitsy, an old friend from leagues past, and also an old commentating friend. Waitsy, if you want to come back and co-commentate with me, do so, please, because I always enjoyed it. Waitsy, yeah, as Waitsy said, risky to say the least from, was it Ashtube at the end there? But anyway, it's Fry, of course. Fry Pepper gets the pole position at 38.4, nearly 4/10 away from Branch. So we'll look to Fry for a strong performance tonight, and a strong performance from the Williams team as a whole. Ashtube in third, Sparks in fourth, and Wongfi in fifth. We've got Lightning on medium tyres, Sparks on medium tyres too, Rents medium, Carrera soft, Beetle medium, and Amaral on medium. Everybody going for a medium start so they can presumably one-stop it onto wet tyres or inters. Be good to see Waitsy back, definitely. Very nice to see you turning up on the race. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the guys attacking this one. Wongfei says he's actually on mediums, but so presumably he just happened to be on those tyres. But yes, I think that's effectively what a lot of drivers have done. So will Sparks get those places back in time for the rain to come and make it a one-stop? Will the soft tyre runners be able to stretch it? Or will it just pay dividends to be on the right tyre at the right time and safety cars get in the way? Big questions ahead of our race tonight. Yeah, let me know what your questions are. Let me know your predictions. Love to know who you're cheering on. Whether you are happy to see Sparks continue to dominate, or you would rather he didn't score highly and kept this a good competition. It's been obviously a pleasure to watch Sparks dominate for the first race or two, but beyond that, I think we're not really interested in domination. We want nice close racing between drivers. A Flying Croat has joined us. I didn't see him in quali, so good to have Ivan back on it. You can see the mix of tyres up and down the field. It took me too long to read out, but the top three will look to stretch their lead early and rely on a safety car, I'm sure, to maximise their total positions. So who do you think will get the first penalty tonight? Let me know what you think on that one. So Fry says rain is coming towards the end of the race. So I'm getting slightly mixed signals. I guess that's the latest update from Jeff. But we will see. So as the race runs, you won't get a lot of laps out of soft tyres that have done a quali lap, and out and in as well. Kind of a net 2 laps on those tyres. You'll get a lot more out of mediums. But it's a long old lap, and so far the drivers have managed to navigate the formation safely enough. So the top three, Gogs obviously hoping to make up some places. Dan Richardson and Carrera have kind of gambled, and Gogs and Formula Com have come together, I imagine, and have been disqualified from this formation lap. But not too much in the way of drama on that count. Car's just approaching the start-finish line now. So we have a Williams, from a Haas, from a Red Bull, from an Alpine, then a Ferrari. Always good to see a mix of constructors at the front of the grid. And we're going to be underway very soon. It looks like the final two cars, the HBS and Flying Croat, just joining the back of the grid. And we'll get our start light gantry fired up for you very soon. Looking forward to this one, guys. Always good, always fun around Azerbaijan, but potentially difficult to know where to look, because people can make a mistake at any given point. Shout up in the stream if you see something that I haven't caught, and I'll do my level best to get onto it. So, Fry Pepper on the outside, Branch on the inside. It's lights out and go, go, go at Adrenaline Racing League, and away from the line fairly safely, fairly evenly. Looks like the Alpine trying to make a move on the Red Bull early on. A little bit of oversteer going on further back in the grid, but Fry Pepper away very comfortably. And Sparks getting aggressive at the start there, and Sparks getting crossed all over the place and pointing almost straight into the barrier. I don't know if he will have caught some front wing damage, but Sparks, yeah, definitely front wing damage. The whole thing off. Looks like he's managed to hit Ash Tube on the way into turn 3, the dreaded turn 3, and just couldn't get the car under control. He's getting out of the way now, but that will be no consolation to Ash Tube, who's gone right down to the bottom of the field. Ash Tube has managed to recover. Will get back into this one and hopefully get past Sparks on the first lap. We've got yellow flags up and down the grid, but Fry Pepper and Branch away safely. Wong Fei up to P3. Obviously, incredibly grateful to see Sparks have that issue, but he had an amazing lap straight away. So our first lap underway, and so far safe enough. I think we're going to keep our drivers running. Some sort of drama for Ivan down there, the Flying Croat, and we've lost Formula.com, who has hit the wall after the castle and will take no further part in our race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our first safety car. We didn't see the first lap out. Who had the first lap? In fact, I think Fry will have seen the first lap, and some of the cars will have had the opportunity to pit early. I don't know if anybody will on the soft tyres, but the front three were past the pits before the safety car announcement came out. Lightning and Beetle have come together in some respect. Let's see if we... I'm struggling on this one. Maybe it was on the way into the pits even. But Lightning into the pits. What does he choose in terms of tyres? And well, it'll be a front wing change for Lightning, so presumably hit the back of somebody. I think that soft tyres going on rather than coming off. Lightning has forgotten to wear his helmet tonight as well, so it's all going wrong for Lightning, especially his pit exit. I think driving with a little bit of red mist, but needs to get things back under control as we head on up through into our next few laps. 5-second penalties apiece for Lightning, Amaral and for Beetle, unfortunately. Yeah, Senna seemingly too late to turn up tonight for the race. Senna will be, I'm sure, back with us next week, learning from that one. But safety car, Fry Pepper has caught it. Branch and Wong Fei, your top three right now. Let's go back onto tyres so we can see where people are. Some hard tyre decisions for Beetle, Gogs, Ivan and Sparks. I guess they're assuming it's going to be very late into the race that we'll get rain. Certainly maximise those chances. But after the safety car, those hard tyres will be awful. Yeah, let's hope Senna can show up next week. We definitely want to see Senna around again. But so after not even a racing lap, we have Fry Pepper, Branch, Wong Fei, Rents, HBS, Dan Richardson, Carrera Fan, Amiral, Beetle, Lightning, Gogs, Flying Croat, Sparks, Ashtube remaining in this race. HBS has had a massive first few laps. Lightning's got a drive-through penalty. Lightning, you're all over the place tonight, my friend. What's going on? Are you about to retire back in the pits again, or did you not like those hard tyres? Is that the issue? Beetle's back in the pits as well. Kind of surprising to me. It's reading as one pit stop, but I don't quite get that. Branch seemingly has come together with Fry. Guys, this is crazy. Have we got some kind of issue going on? Because this is very unusual to see so many incidents in the first couple of laps. Branch and Fry, I think, have caught penalties. 5 seconds each for the leaders. Very unusual to see this going on. Branch has no front wing. Fry may well have diffuser damage. Branch is going to have no option but to pit without that front wing and hope that the safety car stays out. I'm not sure that it will. He hits the back of Fry again. I imagine Branch not happy about Fry Pepper's apex speeds. Not what he's expecting at all. Branch is likely to lose every place on the grid because the cars have caught the back of the safety car queue. That should trigger the safety car to announce that it's coming in. I would have thought he may get lucky and see another lap. Carrera fan tells me Ash, because he's in a party chat, I assume, with Ash for the Red Bull team. Ash has got side pod damage. Safety car will come in, and that will be a massive disappointment to Branch, who will end up having to pit through this one. Unfortunately, Branch really suffering from that contact with Fry. It looked like Fry was going through the apexes quite slowly, which won't do any good. But ultimately, I guess you've always got the argument that the guy who ran into the back of the person in front of him is always to blame, but it's difficult on this game, especially during safety car periods. Rents risking it all there, and Fry decides to go as he sees Branch peel off into the pits, and so your new order is absolutely Fry from Wong, Fee from Rents. Looks like the rest of the field just about making it through. No, another problem here for an Alpine. Who was that? Sparks again, and Sparks hit reset to track. I think Carrera just hit the wall into turn 2 as well. This is chaos tonight, boys. It couldn't go much more wrong for Sparks. He's managed to get turned round out of turn 1, potentially getting a little bit greedy. A bit further down, Lightning trying to make a move on Amiral, and does so, but Lightning has a drive-through to serve, which potentially is going to ruin his race as well. He's got to serve that in the next 2 laps, I believe. And wow. This is just action every couple of corners from our drivers. We have Beetle out of the race. Suddenly, Beetle out of the race into now down to P14. Branch 20 seconds off the back of Sparks, who may well have damage after service, after getting turned around through there. But Fry leads away from the front of the grid. Wong Fee a little bit further back. I think, yeah, Gogs that was, turned round, hit the wall. Gogs out of the race. Branch will come by him shortly. We'll ride with him, and we've got another safety car triggered. And this is absolutely far from being an adrenaline-fueled adrenaline racing league. We're actually a safety car league at the moment after the Red Bull ring from last week. There's Gogs on the way out of the castle section, out of the race. Will our leaders pit now? Will Branch be grateful for this second safety car? And will we hopefully avoid another safety car party? I don't know why we didn't see a pit stop from Lightning. We have got pit stops happening now though. That front 4 coming in. Wong Fee inherits the lead, and Carrera fan up to P2. What is Branch doing? I guess he's been told to drive to a Delta, and he was... Oh dear me. A drive-through for Branch. That's why he came to an absolute stop. Over-egged the safety car. Delta now has a drive-through. I don't think he can serve that under the safety car. It's just all going so very, very wrong for Branch tonight. Here is Lightning serving his pit penalty. Ashtube presumably has managed to get everything repaired on the car that he possibly can at this stage. But this is the most drama-filled first 4 laps of a race I think I've ever seen. So forgive me if I've not been able to keep in touch with absolutely everything that happened. But Branch now with a drive-through. What else in terms of penalties have we got already? 5 seconds for Sparks, he'll serve that in his pits. Drive-throughs for Branch and Lightning. I can't really explain the drive-through for those guys. I'm sure it's safety car infraction, but why they would be over their Delta is very out of character. So I'm inclined to blame the game rather than the driver. Still, we will have a race on our hands tonight, that you can be assured of. We will have at least 20 laps to run yet. Wong Fee has the lead in the Ferrari. Carrera fan is second place in the Red Bull, and then Dan Richardson from way down on the grid up into P3 and debuting with us tonight. I'm sure he'll be pleased with this one. Flying Croat from right at the very back of the grid. up into P4. HBS up 9 places. It's absolutely a grid of two halves when it comes to performance on the starting versus your starting position. It certainly didn't pay to qualify well tonight, and it's almost like you probably want some points for qualifying, frankly, because it has very little to do with how the race runs, especially in a place like Baku. I believe, you know, that Carrera and Senna chose the calendar, and so you can blame those guys, but I think they've chosen races that they're good at overall. And there are very few perks of being a league owner, but choosing the calendar has to be one of them, I'm sure. So you definitely forgive them that one. Ivan looking good, the Flying Croat up there in P4 on hard tyres. Excuse me. So looking very good, I would say. 3-lap old hards, struggle to get them up to speed, but if you can try and stay with Dan Richardson, that will obviously help him in the recovery. I hope our drivers can treat the safety car with a little bit more caution. They should presumably have received fair warning from the dramas that occurred before. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's been a rough week, Senna, so apologies for the yawning. How utterly unprofessional. I should have pulled the mic when I felt that coming on, but I was mid-sentence. Never mind. Anyway, I'll continue to strive on for you. HBS in the Mercedes, having recovered a lot of places. Renz has now gone onto hard tyres. We've got fresh pit stops for Fry and Amaral and Ashtube. A real mix of strategies. This is really anybody's game tonight. Anybody's game at all. Make sure while we're under safety cars that you've liked the video. Please make sure you've done that, because it really helps with our exposure and growing the channel and growing the league as well, because within the league, of course, there's links to joining the league. So make sure that you like our video, you've subscribed to the channel, and then, you know, frankly, I shouldn't really ever get the question, not mentioning any names, from potential drivers about where the stream might be at, because if you've subscribed and you've clicked the notification, you'll always know. Anyway, I think we're about to get running again, so I will stop rambling on, and Wang Fei presses that loud pedal. Carrera Fan lives with him quite well. Carrera Fan might actually be ready to challenge for the first corner. Rentz looking racy against Ivan, both of them on the hard tyres, and up a place he goes. Fry Pepper up a place as well, this time on medium tyres, and getting racy on the start, and I think that's Ivan turned round. Yes, it is. Amaral likewise having struggles, so Ivan, the Flying Croat, and Amaral really struggling, and Flying Croat has chosen a terrible place to try and do a restart. HBS has come into the pits. I'll be praying for a safety car, but the cars are still running. We've lost Ashtube. Ashtube out of the race. What has happened to Ashtube? We'll keep an eye from the perspective of Ivan. Keep your eyes peeled. Ashtube's gone straight on in turn 4 and out of the race. I hope that's not going to mean another safety car. It is. Now, this is what happened last week, and we ended up in a safety car train, but Gogs is right, this is chaos. I do not understand what is going on with the drivers, whether there's some sort of glitching going on, and it's causing havoc. Now, Carrera, I believe, is our session host, and he's got a low connection. I don't mean to cast any form of aspersions onto Carrera, but could the host connection issue be to blame for some of these problems we're having? I desperately hope not. HBS has got a drive-through, our third safety car drive-through, and out goes Renz. Thanks to Senna for spotting Renz's exit as well. We're not able to get 30 seconds without losing a driver at the moment, at racing speed. Lap 8 it is. How many will we actually finish with? This is astonishing stuff. for our drivers. Absolutely out of character. I don't think I've ever seen a race with a higher attrition rate in the first 8 laps as this one. We're down to just 2/3 of our starting order. This is astonishing. Completely unpredictable. All over the place. Drivers have pitted. Nearly all the drivers past P3 have decided to go into the pits again. So I don't think that our drivers can serve drive-throughs in under a safety car. Now this is not the first time I've heard drivers start a race and suddenly be surprised by a low grip surface. I don't know if the climate has got anything to do with it. If we are expecting rain at the end of the track, has the game decided to code in a certain cooling of the atmospheric conditions and the track temperatures, but they are not expecting the track to be this slippy. They're really struggling out there. Thanks to Carrera for getting us that information. Branch got distracted by his roommate in college. Branch, I think this roommate will do well to avoid getting punched for something like that. Speedaholic asking if the lobby's glitched. We had this last week where we gave the benefit of the doubt to the safety car because it kept coming out after accidents, but Sparks turned out to be right last week that it was actually the glitch had enacted. This week it's Speedaholic asking the question, and I really don't know. Softs were horrible, mediums are impossible to drive, hards were hell. Try inters, guys. That's all I can suggest. That's all we've got left if all 3 of those tyres are not doing any good for anybody. But this is just the most crazy start to a race I've ever seen, and I've seen a few races, as you can probably gather. Carrera up 12 from his starting position, and having made only 1 stop. We've got a 4 stopping Sparks so far, and we haven't got any wet conditions yet. There's still patches of blue sky, so that still might be a while to come out for us. Webo for Merc Strategist. That's a new hashtag on me, Senna. I don't know what I've ever done to. I mean, I suppose Merc could do with a strategist anyone other than they're doing at the moment. It's not been a good year, has it, for Mercedes? but yeah, pretty crazy. I certainly make no claims to be any sort of strategist, and definitely no sort of driver. I'm just here to call the action and chatter away like a crazy monkey. Yeah, intermediums on a dry track. Why not? I mean, you know, it's I can't exactly. I can't consider much else. Bring back the ultra softs, I guess, will be what we've got as a potential. If the drivers are complaining on softs, mediums, and hards, I'm afraid that's all you've got, boys. So stick with something. Put anything on. I hope we don't have an endless safety car situation. Hopefully it's on its way in. We should get to hear that very shortly, and the lights will go out. Carrera's connection still showing up as an issue from the driver behind. Rain ETA in 10 minutes, says Jeff, and Carrera says the only thing that's a good portent for us is that the fewer cars we have running, the fewer chances of producing another safety car. But if we don't get a DNF and we get another safety car after one racing lap, then we have definitely got an issue here. And yeah, Speedaholic concurs, but we have had accidents that are either coincidental or definite. So, oh, and yes, Senna's right. We may end up with more safety cars if it rains, but if we've only got a few drivers left, maybe not. All depends how the cars stop, where they stop. Carrera presses the loud pedal. Away we go on our restart. Looks like he's got a good restart here. Formula Com has left the session, but he's already retired, so thankfully that's not going to trigger another issue. Drivers just about managed to maintain some sort of gap, but it looks like Branch having problems off the restart. Big problems for Branch away from the start there. And did we lose a driver? Looked like there was a Williams running slowly, but Branch is right down there, struggling on the outside of the first couple of corners. Sparks making up one position. Will he never learn with these aggressive restarts, because it's really cost him already, but who's to say it's not the right way to go? He's now back up into 4th place. We know Sparks has got the the pace within the car. Whether he's got a wet setup on or not is another question. Carrera, we're pretty sure, has decided to put a wet setup on, but Frypepper's got him at the start. So Frypepper away into P1. Carrera treading carefully on these slightly older medium tyres, hoping to live with them until the rain comes. But the rain coming is one thing, being ready for wet or into tyres is quite another. So it might be a while here. Let's hope we can maintain this pace, maintain these racing laps. So far, Sparks very close behind Wang Fei, and Sparks is on medium tyres. Wang Fei struggling on these softs, but the drivers complaining of ice-like conditions out there. I don't know what happened to Lightning. Why was that disqualification? I wonder, you know, Lightning disqualified was... I was sure there was a slow-running Williams that we saw. I think it's because he didn't serve his drive-through, and potentially he wasn't able to. I mean, we've had so many safety cars chained together. That's all I can think of, was that he got a disqualification for that reason, and that reason alone. Not able to serve his drive-through. Here comes Sparks into the dreaded turn 3. Will he do it, or will they crash? I think they rub the walls, they touch wheels, they survive, thankfully. And Wang Fei puts up a staunch defence, and right, he should. But Sparks was a little far back there to make that move, but managed to survive. Carrera's picked up a penalty. Ivan getting by Dan Richardson while we watched Wang Fei defend from Sparks. I think we'll go back there though, because I know Sparks has got pace, and Wang Fei, it's a matter of time, frankly, until Sparks gets by. Almost runs into the back of him through the castle. I don't know what's going on with Lightning. Hopefully Lightning will let us know what happened. Here comes Sparks up the inside through the fast section. They rub wheels for the second time in a lap. Sparks launching it down into turn 15. That doesn't work. Hits the wall, knocks off a front wing, and Sparks with another hyper aggressive restart lap. And this time it didn't work. Yet again, Sparks has lost an end plate. Will we see Sparks come into the pits? He's going to struggle to get through the fast corners. Didn't anticipate the lack of grip. Wipes out the car. And we lose our championship leader for what must be his 5th contact with the wall in one night. I'm not sure what's going on with Sparks tonight. We've lost Dan Richardson as well on the way out of the final corner. And yet again, we have another massive issue for the drivers. Carrera and Wang Fei have pitted, so has Ivan, and we go into lap 12. We lose another 2 drivers. We're down to 7 racers now, and this continues to be this is worse than you will find the Division 1 race from this race under a previous league in Monza. This has to be the worst rate of attrition I have seen in my entire commentary career. HBS comes into the pits. Ivan is still in there, it says, but he's not. He's on his way out. There you go. And I don't know how many drivers are going to make it to see raindrops tonight, but we go for another safety car. Will I make it to my next race on time is another question I've got. Wow. What on earth are we watching here tonight? I can see us being a 0 safety car league for the next 2 drivers. Carrera says 5 minutes till the rain. this is astonishing. I don't know what happened to Dan Richardson. I'm just trying to have a look. People are chatting in two different places on the Discord. It's making life a little bit difficult. Ren's claiming that there was some issue with Dan Richardson. He said he was caught in the middle of two drivers trying to make an overtake, and that's what happened to him. Couldn't do anything when you're stuck in the middle of two drivers making a move. Fry Pepper pits 7 seconds ahead of Amiral, who also pits. Carrera's already managed to pit, so he'll probably re-inherit the lead. Carrera on mediums. I think our driver's going to run out of fresh tyres tonight. We've got a driver in the wall in turn 15. Yeah, Dan Richardson that was. He says that he was caught between two drivers, and that's what's happened. This is, as I've said before, the most astonishing start to the season. I think we've had the safety car too often in our races so far for an entire season. And personally, I've done about other drivers. We've seen someone suggesting the ideas that we turn down it to reduce, but I suggest we turn the safety car off, because honestly, it's making slightly a mockery of qualifying. There's virtually no point running a full qualifying session if this is the kind of racing we're going to end up with. So I would suggest we turn it off for a few races and get our drivers back used to racing in the new game mechanics, in the new game grip levels, because it's really not happening right now. Your new order on lap 13, half distance we have indeed hit, is Fry Pepper from Amiral, then Carrera Fan, Wong Fei, Branch, Flying Crow and HBS is at the back of the grid, but only P7, so the back of the grid, not an awful place to be tonight. I do think, Fry's telling me that we've had reduced in another league and there were only two safety cars. I agree, but I think for the sake of getting our drivers some track time, some racing experience, some feel for changing grip conditions, things like that, I think we just frankly have to turn it off for a couple of races. That is my prediction, my vote anyway, but I'm only the commentator, and you can listen to me or not, that's fine. Carrera Fan says safety car restart with the rain 1 to 2 laps later. Oh boy. Predictions then, guys. How many cars will make the finish of our race tonight? I don't think we will get a safety car restart right now because HBS is so far back. So this could keep your eyes peeled on track in case we start getting raindrops on this final safety car lap, we hope, of this session. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Carrera's already made an announcement. We will turn it down to reduced for the next race. So the boss has spoken. So forgive me, I'm trying to keep track. We definitely need a race day chat space as well, guys, if that's okay. Because I can't keep track of 3 different channels talking at once, especially as I've got, I think, 17 notifications on my Discord right now as well. Dan's gone from the session. I'm sorry to see Dan disappear on his debut. Dan, we'll make sure that all the races are not like this in future. I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll stick with us. And apologies that it ended so quickly. We run round on the safety car, hopefully, now that the whole field has caught up, that enormous field of 7 cars has caught up to the back of the Crocodile. We will be able to actually get some racing for you. Do stick around, it's always a dramatic race in Baku. Not always this dramatic, but hopefully we'll see the cars and see some underlying pace. I'm expecting to see Fry stretch away now on new mediums. I'm expecting to see potentially Wong Fei and Branch struggle on this first restart lap on these new hards. but hopefully we're about to get the notification about the safety car lap coming in. I think the lights are out, so Fry will be our man to go and choose his restart point. Please, drivers, let's keep a good distance from each other. The chance of making up a place after a restart is pretty slim. The chance of crashing again pretty high, so let's hope that we are able to get going again safely. Fry goes now. Amaral slightly delayed on pressing the accelerator. Carrera fan away safely. The driver's making it through turn 1. Thankfully, they've made it through this one. HBS appears to be ghosted. Am I right or wrong? I'm right, he's ghosting, so he might have discoed from this one and will drop back from the pack slowly. Carrera, your closest challenger so far, into turn 3, out of it safely, and I'm pleased to say that much. In our restart lap, it's lap 15 of 26, not too many to go now before the rain, we're told, but maybe Jeff is looking at the wrong weather forecast. No, I see the first raindrop. Confirm, guys, did you see rain? I'm pretty sure I've seen the second raindrop. Does that mean it's coming down? Yeah, here we go. I can absolutely confirm. Rain is falling in Baku, and a difficult track just ramped up even more. So the drivers will be being fooled by that rain for maybe a lap. I don't think we'll see anyone dive in unless HBS or Flying Croat decide that it's worth a gamble. And maybe it is. Your losses are far reduced if you come in right now and you're at the back of the pack. Depends on the grip levels, but certainly nowhere near enough currently to be the valid tyre. But with a long lap, it could be worth a gamble if you're at the back. Carrera still the closest car to a car in front. Both drivers just trying to trick each other to go into the pits. Neither of them were fooled, and they continue running on the medium tyres or the hard tyres for this lap at least. And we'll see how heavy this rain decides to come down. At the moment, it's just a trickle, but it seems to be increasing. Lap 16 we have then, and a half a second gap separates P2 and 3 and P5 and 6. Branch has dropped back significantly from Wongfei. He was looking the most likely, but seems to have had an issue, and now the Flying Croat has joined him, and we will see some battles. HBS not really partaking in this race right now. Hopefully he'll get back into the session. If not, I don't think he gets points if his AI crosses the line for him. So keep an eye on that final car on the grid. The AI set pretty low compared to the speed of our very quick drivers, so that there's no advantage gained from running on pause or exiting the session surreptitiously. And Carrera then still half a second back from Fry Pepper. I don't think they've had DRS enabled just yet, and we may actually not get DRS at all tonight because we've been under safety car. The slipstream is powerful, as long as your car isn't set up with too much downforce. But will they decide now to head into the pits? Amirul will shape to the inside, so will Carrera. Who goes for it? Amirul doesn't, Carrera decides not. I think it's more of a defence for the first corner. Around the outside goes Carrera fan. He's going to need to do a switch back here if he's going to make anything work, and it looks like we've got a car still touring. Is that Sparks' car still touring and they're about to overtake? No, it's actually Fry Pepper up ahead. So Fry Pepper stretching out significantly at the front of the grid, but Carrera staying with Amaral, making a nuisance of himself in the mirrors, but so far no cigar for Carrera fan into turn 3. Now he's just got to live with Amaral through the rest of the track until they get back round again. Really, there's no decent place for an overtake unless you can force an error. Oversteer moment for Amaral. I think the tyres are dropping off. The rain now pretty constant, And while we can't necessarily see the conditions on track, I'm certain it's time to put on intermediates. Carrera uncharacteristically running wide. Hopefully the rest of our drivers will make it through the castle section as the grip levels reduce significantly. Branch is clattering the wall, hopefully without too much drama. Yeah, the drivers sensibly just having a small gap between each other. Every corner a new adventure, and boom goes Carrera into the wall, hits hard, doesn't leave sufficient gap, and has lost his end plate. It's now going to be a racing speed lap pit stop for him. Please, Carrera, super careful through these next two corners because there will be virtually no grip. Yeah, there he goes, very, very careful indeed. Slows the car right down because you just don't know what the car's going to have underneath it as you tackle those corners. Fry Pepper into the pits. I'm sure Amaryl will do the same. In comes Wong Fei, now in third place, and the Flying Croat stays out. He's quite happy on dry tyres. Carrera fan in will be having a long old pit stop, and so Branch comes in as well. Doesn't really matter what HBS is doing, but he comes into the pits. And the Flying Croat wants to take this lap on dry tyres, his final lap on dry tyres. And Fry Pepper, wow, Fry Pepper with a crossing the pit lane exit penalty has screwed his race significantly there. I think there's a bit of debris on the approach to turn 3 that the Flying Croat will have just driven over. Now, will Croat actually gain out of this wet lap, or will he be struggling? It looks like he's really struggling, but will it be faster than an intermediate run? At the moment it looks like it was a gamble that hasn't really paid off. It's kind of gone for the reverse strategy here, but I really don't know what the right call is here. Yeah, Senna says it was only a matter of time to clatter the wall, and just as I read that comment, out goes the Flying Croat. Definitely not a gamble, and the drivers will not thank him at all for triggering what must be our 81st safety car of the evening. It's lap 18, and I will be right back with you. Don't panic. I've not accidentally discoed. You're back with Webbo, and yeah, I'm almost speechless, which is a terrible thing for a commentator to be, but 6 runners we have left in our race. Branch has fallen back behind HBS's AI. Branch must have pitted again. Let's just have a little look at the pit stop count, because it's 5 stops so far for Amaral, and he's still in second place. 3 stops apiece for everybody else, apart from Branch, who's made 4. Position change doesn't really bear thinking about, but the AI of HBS is currently 9 places up from his starting grid. Carrera in 4th, and will definitely fancy his chances now. They've got presumably the appropriate tyres back on the cars. So Fry Pepper still has a penalty left to serve. It's a 5-second penalty. I absolutely expect our drivers to be able to make it to the end. Branch struggling. He's trying to catch the safety car, and he's actually struggling to maintain grip on the car. I haven't heard from Branch. I haven't heard any specific struggles he's had. I'm just going to have another check of the chat rooms and see if I can't find any issues going on. Ren says Ivan's hit the wall 20 times. I'm pretty sure that is an exaggeration, but yeah, Branch presumably holding us in the safety car because of the gap to the field, but we'll be able to catch back and presumably get at least 5th out of this one, maybe more. Everyone's on intermediates. Everyone will make the end without the need for another pit stop, but of course we hopefully won't see another safety car for a month or so. Certainly my wish. Fry Pepper is back in the lead. Amaral in 2nd and Wang Fei in 3rd. Carrera in 4th. HBS, well, the II of HBS, which I'm assuming, let's go back with him and see. Is he still ghosted? Yes. So I don't think he will get points for this. Branch brings up the rear, and will have difficulty getting by HBS on the restart. Needs to be careful not to overtake him too early, because he'll be so slow out of the on the restart procedure due to the AI being slow. So Fry will take the restart. I think hopefully we will get our cars underway, and we'll get what I expect to be 6 racing laps for you at full speed, and I desperately hope that's going to be the case. So Fry Pepper, Amaral, Wang Fei, Carrera and Branch, your remaining human drivers in the race. I say human, I've never actually met these people in person, so maybe if they haven't made a mistake, maybe some of them are AI or inhuman in some respect. What a tremendously crazy race we've had on our hands tonight. The safety car will come in. Fry Pepper gets another opportunity to restart. Wang Fei gets very close to the car in front, and we'll see the restart from the perspective of Carrera potentially, although somehow Branch has got by HBS. Don't quite get that one. How has he done that without a penalty? Maybe HBS was a lap down? No? Anyway, Fry Pepper will decide when to go. He's waiting till the very last moment. There he goes. Wang Fei is right with Amaral. Carrera has a good acceleration zone as well. It's giving a bit of room. I don't know, is that because Branch was having a look? Not quite. And the drivers head on into turn 2. Not really an overtaking spot, but wide goes Amaral into turn 2, and the whole field go by, of course. So Fry Pepper away beautifully from the rest of the field. The rain coming in at a 45-degree angle from the perspective of that Ferrari's side pod, but straight down from the trackside camera. And the drivers now have to get used to the conditions on this tricky, greasy surface, with the rain still falling and tyres not at operating temperature. Carrera looks to have some grip at the moment, but we've seen him be a little bit overzealous already tonight. He looks to have better grip though right now. His warm-up procedure certainly seems to have been helping him, but there's no way through, and only accidents to greet you if you try and push it through the castle. Carrera, don't do it, my friend. He doesn't. Wang Fei hits the wall. Ghosts. No front wing for Wang Fei left on the right hand side of the car. In fact, the entire front wing's gone. Carrera goes by. Branch surely will form a queue behind him. Even the AI will go past Wangfi, and Amaryl, I'm sure, will catch up again. Wangfi almost hits the wall again. No front wing and intermediate tyres. Intermediate conditions. Branch slams on the brakes, just holds the car and rubs the wall. And the AI currently profiting up to P3 because our human drivers are unable to keep the cars pointing in the right direction when it comes to the drop in grip. Careful, easy through these final 2 corners, boys, because Wangfi hits the wall. Another pit stop likely, but Frypepper with a 6-second restart profit on the first lap after the safety car. You've got to expect he is going to walk this one, but does he push too hard and over-egg the grip? 142.859 is the fastest lap. I think Frypepper is likely to hold on to that. I don't think we're going to get anything different going on. Branch looking to survive this and still hasn't got by HBS, who seems to have supernatural amounts of grip on the intermediate tyres. Maybe that's another coding issue from Codemasters, who the AIs are able to drive around much faster than humans on intermediate conditions. Yeah, that could well be something that they have not coded correctly. Branch managing to get through though. Amaryl gets by, so Amaryl in P4, Carrera in P2. Definitely going to be in line for Anthony Davidson's driver of the day with the amount of places gained. Let's have another check on that one. I don't think the penalty of Frypepper is going to be much of an issue. He's already 7 seconds out and he's only got a 5-second penalty, so no issue there for him. It's all about the midfield. The midfield being 2nd to 5th, I think, in this race. Wangfi has pitted. He'll be back out again. Hopefully he'll be able to overtake HBS, the AI of HBS, I should remind you all. And the gaps have really opened out now at the front of our race, just to give me even less to talk about as the race comes to a close. So we'll ride with our drivers and see how they're coping on the track, instead of seeing trackside camera. What's happening with Amaryl here? Let's give him a lap of track time and see what the grip levels are like. Obviously he's got a pretty full battery because you can always recharge it under the safety car. So gently through turn 1. There's a yellow flag ahead. Looks like Carrera's hit the wall. Carrera, astonishing stuff. He's ghosted. He's trying to recover the car. He's lost the front wing, and down we go from no, his front wing's still on. He's managed to hold it. Carrera struggling back into contention, has dropped behind the Mercedes AI, but Carrera loses the car. I'm not sure we're going to get a lap without a driver having a massive moment on the track. Branch, after all the dramas Branch has suffered tonight, up to P2 in the race. This could be huge for the championship. Branch didn't make it to last week's race, and he's had a massive interruption already tonight from a roommate in college, but he's back under running and might well get this American Haas car into P2, but he's struggling on the car. I don't know if the inters are not up to temperature or they're just not operating. It's too wet potentially. The rain doesn't appear to be hard enough for that to be an issue. It's almost as if the rain is stopping. I haven't seen raindrops for a little while. If you can still see raindrops, do let me know, but I certainly can't. Flying Croat blames Jeff for his crash. Maybe Jeff spoke up at the wrong moment, and we've all been there with Jeff. Jeff, how he's still in the game and hasn't been fired, I'm not quite sure. Frypepper 9 seconds now in the lead ahead of Branch and Amaryl. Frypepper with 5 seconds of penalties but an 8-second lead. Carrera's up to P4. He's 5 seconds back from Amaryl's car, and Wangfi catching HBS's AI I'm not sure he'll get there by the end of the race, but he should still get P5 at the end of this one. Big gaps. 8 seconds to the lead, 4 seconds to second place, 5 to third place, and Carrera cannot get through turn 2. I don't understand. I simply don't understand. Why can't Carrera get through turn 2 at the moment? Some huge issue on the car. Has he got floor damage? Is that the problem? He's just got zero grip, can't get through turn 3. Didn't presumably want to pit. It doesn't look visually like there's a big problem on the front wing, so that's the only. Yes, actually no, the right end plate is missing, and he's actually triggered a yellow flag just because he's so slow through here. Wong Fei is in sector 2, HBS in sector 3. Fry Pepper has dropped massively. Fry Pepper, what's happened? I think lost the front wing. Fry Pepper, this could be the end of his race. He gets out of the way. Branch takes the lead on lap 24 of 26. 2 to go. And Branch now, the next one in the lead. And it looked like, for all the world, he was not able to live with Fry Pepper's pace. Fry will certainly have to pit. He won't get this car home. And yet, again, the track claims another victim. He's not out of the race, but he's out of the podium. I'm almost certain now. I suppose I shouldn't be certain of anything tonight, but Amaral catching Fry Pepper. Fry Pepper will peel off into the pits, I'm sure, and disappear. There he goes. He'll struggle to even get the car stopped, but he'll serve a 5-second penalty. We've got 2 laps of racing to go, and it's just a matter of which driver do I watch to make the next mistake. It looked like Wong Fei had to get out of the throttle on the way through turn 19, even on intermediate tyres. Carrera is now 2 seconds behind him and catching fast on to try and get P4 out of this one, Wong Fei. The AI of HBS is in P3 right now, which is remarkable, frankly. And, well, this race will go down in the record books, and a 5-second penalty for Fry, not for the first time, but crossing the line on the way out of the pits. Easily done here. You've seen Nico Rosberg do it from the lead of the race. You've seen many drivers do this, but I think it's the second time we've seen it tonight. Fry will be quick, but will he be quick enough? I don't think so to catch, pass and profit. Branch could actually end up with a famous victory here at Adrenaline Racing League by holding onto the car, and I desperately hope he does, because he's been missing from action for a few weeks, struggling to get the car under control. This is a war of attrition. He's got Amaral 3 seconds behind him, so he can't afford to take it too easily. In fact, Amaral catching right now as Branch struggles through the last few corners. You've got a combination here of a drying track, aged intermediate tyres that are likely to be overheating, and the end of a race making it completely pointless to pit. It's just about survival now. 2.7 seconds the gap Branch has got at the front of the field. 12 seconds, then 11, then 7, then 3.5. I think Carrera could well catch up here, but I'm done making predictions. 2.6 seconds now, the gap between first and second places. Somehow these drivers getting through here without tripping over a track limit penalty. But this is absolute carnage tonight. Branch P1, his final lap, just hoping to hang on to this car for the last few corners. Let's ride with him and see if he manages it. 2.4 seconds. He's going to be feeling every vibration, worried about every little corner to come, but counting down the meters to the end of this race. 2.5 seconds is his gap to Amaral. Will he hold on? Will he hold on to the end? Place your bets. He could not be taking this more carefully through the end. Carrera saying the rain setup isn't working for him at all. Can't get the car stopped into corners, so he's not blaming damage. 3.5 seconds now. Amaral struggling through the castle, must have done something to the car. Did he cause any visible damage? No. Branch sliding on through on the exit of the crest after the castle. He just needs to hold on. 3.5 seconds, 3.3 seconds. His gap slowly away from the final braking zone. All he's got to do now is turn left and right. Out of the throttle hugely he comes, presses the loud pedal, away he goes. And really there's nothing left to go wrong for Branch now. Points the car towards the start-finish straight. Don't weave, please Branch, don't weave to finish this race out. And he finishes the race, wins in Azerbaijan. Our round 2 goes to Branch. Amaral will cross the line in second place. The AI of HBS will come round crazily to finish on the podium, but I'm sure there'll be a huge asterisk by that one, and he shouldn't get the podium result. So it should be Wang Fei that gets that podium position. Third place for Wang Fei. Fry Pepper will come around and get 5th place, and Carrera Fan, we will wait and watch to see if he can even survive this final lap and get the car round and turn up and get 5th place. He's 27 seconds behind Fry Pepper, and that was the most astonishing race I've ever seen. I imagine our drivers will not be in the mood to talk after this one. I think a very angry, very upset run for our drivers. Carrera crosses the line. That's the end of our on-track action, and we'll bring you the standings shortly. I'll try and keep everybody abreast of any kind of debriefs that are going on. Fry Pepper's not happy. You can well imagine why, but it is hard. It is Branch who brings the Haas home for a win in Azerbaijan. Holds on when virtually nobody else could hold on. Amaral too from Malaysia gets the 2nd place. Bravo to the guys who held it together at the end. I don't think our bottom 3 drivers successfully avoided the barriers tonight. Branch had a dry setup on, he says. Somehow had monstrous pace at the end. Branch takes home a win here at ARL on this war of attrition around Baku. Amaral Rafiq gets the 2nd place for AlphaTauri. I don't think HBS holds on to the Mercedes. 3rd place here. Wang Fei, I think, should be on the podium for Ferrari, followed by our Frenchmen Fry and Carrera. Then unfortunately we lost all of these other drivers at various points in the race, triggering a chain of embarrassing safety cars. So in reverse finishing, in reverse retirement order, the Flying Croat, Sparks, Dan Richardson, Rents, Ashtube, Gogs, Beetle, Formula Com, and Lightning was disqualified, I think, because he didn't serve his drive-through in time. Either that was something he did on principle, or he just didn't have the opportunity, is my vote. I think he didn't have the opportunity because there were so many safety cars, and we shouldn't be doing our drive-through during the safety car. But if you can't do it and there's just constant safety cars, what do you do? Lightning out of the race, unfortunately. Hopefully next race we will have fewer safety cars for you. We will make some adjustments to the settings of the race. Thank you so much to everyone who has stayed with us. Thank you if you've been able to enjoy this evening. If not, I'm sure this won't be the way that it goes down every week. A reminder, if you want to catch our races, subscribe to the channel. Go to the About section if you want an invite to the Discord and the league itself. If you want to follow my output, I'm on again in just over an hour. I'm on again, and you will find that stream linked on Twitter at WebORed5. But from me, from everybody at ARL, we thank you for tonight, and we will catch you on the next race day.